Hi, thanks for watching. I wanted to put together this short video to show you what it takes to not only design a website, but also to get it to rank in search results. So that way it brings in leads and generates revenue for the business. So to demonstrate this, what I've done is a quick search for a contractor in Plymouth. I've taken the top ranking competitor on this Google search as well as your own website, and then I put them both into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google finds when it crawls your site that it uses to determine your position in search results, and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. So you can see just briefly by looking at some of these numbers why this company is outranking yours and at the top of the list. But let me go through a little bit further detail on what these numbers mean and then how you can improve yours. So when Google is determining how to rank a website, it uses two factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site. Now, this basically boils down to a popularity contest because this authority is gained when other websites or domains refer back to yours and then they create a link. They act as an endorsement that Google uses to build trust because others are vouching for you. So to give you a quick example, if say the local news station did an article for the top 10 best contractors in the Plymouth area, and in that article, the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now, there are a lot of different types of links that can come from many different types of websites. Blogs, editorials, guest posts, press releases. However, one important and very strong type is what's called a citation. Now, a citation is any time that your name, address, or phone number are listed in an online directory. Those include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. Most of these directories are free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. So as you can see, based on the number of other websites and how many links they have created back to this company, why Google would trust them and consider them more of an authority when it comes to the search results. However, there is something to note here is it's not just a matter of the sheer quantity of these links. Quality has a lot to do with it. So certain websites are more spammy than others or not trustworthy, especially the ones that are outside the United States. So this is where we need to find websites to link back to that have some authoritative background. They're also related to your field or industry, so something to do with construction, home repair, anything like that. So that way they can transfer all that trust through the link back to your website. Now, the second factor for ranking a website is the content on your page. So as you can see here, you're being picked up for only 8 keywords. Now, this company has over 1,000. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that more is better. They might offer more services or different locations. We just want to make sure that all of the keywords that are relative to the services that you offer and the locations you serve are being included and found on the website so you can come up in the search results. So as you can see here, these are the keywords that Google is finding on your site, and it also shows me the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. So we would do a little research to find all the areas that you service, all the services you want to offer, and make sure that if there are any keywords out there for those are also included on your site. But how this works, let's say if we look at, Plymouth remodeling, that's being searched 50 times a month. Right now, you are on the 23rd position, so that's going to put you on the third page. If you were on the first page of Google search, these 50 people would be seeing your website every time they search. Now, Google Analytics estimates that 10% of total search volume converts into a lead for your business, whether they're calling you directly or submitting a contact form. So you can be looking at upwards of about 4 to 5 leads per month coming off this one keyword. Now, depending on what the percentage is that actually close and become a job, and then obviously the profit margin on the jobs vary greatly, but you can see just how the sheer volume of leads coming in per month can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year. And so that we just repeat this same process because this is just one keyword. We repeat that same process for all the highest volume keywords relative to your services and location and make sure that those are included on your site as well. Now, there is a formula that Google uses to find these keywords. So if we take a look at the site, the layout is looking good. We've got all the services and all the information right here at the top of the menus. It looks like it's mobile optimized because it is click to call. Contact form at the top, which is perfect. What I would say though is we're a little light on the content itself, the amount of verbiage on the page. And the reason why I say that is because Google, when it comes in, it doesn't care what the layout looks like. It's just a computer. So it's going to come in and it's going to count all the words and text on the page. Now, it's generally looking for usually a minimum of about 1,500 words on a home page because it assumes that the more information you have, the more of an expert you are in your field, and therefore the more likely it is to recommend you. Now, while it's counting all the words, it's also searching for those keywords. So any kind of services that you offer and then the areas you offer them in. However, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one keyword for every 150 words of text on the page. So the more keywords you want to be found for means the more content that would have to be added to the page. Additionally, the 150 words of text need to be relative in explaining the keyword that you're trying to rank for. So we can't just put any kind of words on here and just make paragraphs. We actually need to have it relative to whatever you're trying to rank for. So if you want to be found for all these services in search, we would need to break these up and add 150 words per one of these keywords. And then we usually also look for a location modifier as well to make sure it's relative to the services, because you don't want somebody like say in Springfield typing in bathroom remodeling and then pulling up your website. You want it to be within your service area. So looking at the search results, how this works is, the first thing you're usually going to see is an ad. Then this is what we call the Google Map Pack. So this is where your Google business profile that you have, you can optimize it so that way you can show up in the top 3 here as well, depending on the location of the person that's searching. Now to do so, you just need to optimize that listing by adding as much information as possible, completely filling out your business description and adding keywords in there, all of your services, hours of operation, location, stuff like that. Then you want to be adding pictures to your profile on a regular basis and posting. Now these pictures, we want to make sure that they are geolocated and tagged within your service area. So we embed those images with information so that way Google can understand where they're taken from. Then besides getting reviews, you also want to get as many of those citations as possible. Your name, address, and phone number. You want to appear in more directories than anybody else on this list. Underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. Now, this is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up in the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites is going to help you climb and outrank the competition. That way, once you get to the top, you'll be generating all those search results, all that traffic, and all those leads coming directly to your business. Now, I hope this information was helpful and just shows you a lot of the behind the scenes things that actually goes into ranking a website besides just what you see on the page. I look forward to our call, but if you have any questions, feel free to let me know and I'll be happy to answer them. Appreciate it.